even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly. But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Captain, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, Her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. hears. The hinges groan. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet. Vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Sorry, y'all. I just noticed that my headset was not plugged in. Hopefully, the microphone from the camera was catching what I was saying, but I also had my TV on, so this could be bad. I'll have to watch this video. Hopefully nothing got too screwy for you guys. I apologize.
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Days of eating the same thing.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Hey, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I actually got my headset plugged in now just in case you're a returning viewer to the stream. I didn't realize that I didn't plug in my headset to my controller today. So I'm hoping that you guys could hear me through the microphone on the camera that's up there. But whether you guys could or not, I don't know.
I know it's out there somewhere.
My TV was on and everything else with the volume, so I don't know if you guys could actually hear me.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake.
Whoa.
But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week.
So he's satisfied with himself?
I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Wow! Ran over by a train. Walter.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Dude, this game is something else. I will tell you that.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Okay.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else.
Am I about to get ran over by a train like Walter?
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Alright, so this is where Walter stood. Obviously a train's not gonna come and hit me. Like, what happened? Okay, can't go any farther.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Oh, so you're
But I
talking
thought you should
about
know
Duck like
about
Walter.
your family. And the history you're a part of.
What?
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
So is she writing this for
I
her
think
kid?
people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
This place is so eerie. So creepy. It's really eerie and creepy, this game. I just don't like the fact that I cannot run. I have hit every button. I have tried. You can't run.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Why is that light on? And when did it get dark? Like, dude.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
It's good, boss.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Oh, so we're on our way to the cemetery now, guys.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
What, Burpy Derpy and Derpy Jr.? We got Chirpy, Furpy, Lurpy, Zerpy, Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, and Lucy. Lucy. Okay, I read those dates wrong. I thought that dog
Sven
lived for a
built the
decent time,
house,
like a long
but it was
time.
Edie who designed the cemetery.
Okay, Walter Finch, born August 26th, 1952, died March 31st, 2005. Barbara Finch, born October 31st. She was born on Halloween, 1944, and died on Halloween, 1960. Edith Finch, or Edith Finch. Can't do nothing with that up there. Born April 8th, 1917. Died December 5th, 2010. Sven Finch. Born June 17th, 1915. Died August 26th, 1964. Calvin, born April 25th, 1950. Died September 23rd, 1961. Molly Finch, born December 11th, 1937. And died December 13th, so 2 days after her birthday, in 1947. Huh.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Okay, so we got what is probably Sven and Edie riding in a boat, looking up to Odin.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
There's a red beeping light over there. Blinking, not beeping. My bad. Alright, so we gotta go down there and check that out. But there's Odin. Can I do anything with him? No? Alright.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
That's the old house, huh?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
More of the Finches. So this was the baby, Gregory Finch, born January 12, 1976, died December 19, 1977.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Sam Finch, born April 25th, 1915, or 1950, died July 16th, 1983. Gus Finch, born June 20th, 1969, died November 8th, 1982. See what I mean? Like, this family just...
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Lewis has like a crown looking thing? What would you consider that on his tombstone? Lewis Finch, December 27th, 1988, November 21st, 2010. Sanjay Kumar and Harold? Sanjay Kumar, born September 6, 1966, died February 22nd, 2002. And there's Milton Finch, born May 19th, 1992. Who's Milton, and why does it not have a death day?
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
That's why it doesn't have a date. That's a good reason, I guess.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Right on.
But looking back on it now,
This house is like a huge puzzle.
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh. Okay. So we're 22 weeks pregnant, crawling all over this house. That sounds like a grand idea.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Nothing for me to grab.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Alright, so it looks like we need to find something maybe to unlock this. Like, maybe if we find something, it'll give us like an icon to unlock. But who knows? So like all these folders that I'm finding are like the reasons they died.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
Did you want to get a picture of me or what?
Oh.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
I'm just trying to get anything, everything I can. Oh, that might be something. I don't know. It just said that she was taking pictures. Maybe you need to take pictures until you get the right one. Alright. Dang it.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
That's right on that Saturday. Alright.
Nothing quite like being outside.
I'm so confused right now, y'all.
A little more gas in the tank, I guess. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Right on.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
I don't know if I can live much longer, bud.
Let's see. Maybe.
Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna go grab me some food real quick. Gotta have a little bit of food when you're hungry, man. Gotta have a little bit of food when you're hungry. What am I trying to actually take a picture?
Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
I mean, yeah, probably, but... It's hard for me to see through with this camera, man. Taking a lot of photos and stuff. What's that? Did I take a picture of that already? What am I thinking of?
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
What am I supposed to think of? I don't know. It's just not enough. Rock. I'm having a chat problem again. I'm just gonna start picturing it. Let's take a picture of that again. Like I'm confused. Oh, hey. There's something.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Looks like she's crying, man. Looks like she didn't want to do that.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, boy! Oh! That would be shitty!
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
That would be shitty! You just got ribbed by a deer. By a buck. And fell off the cliff. That's how Sam died in 1983. And I feel like I'm missing Edie's story. I know I was already in her room. But who knows? She might have something else that... She might have somewhere else she hung out. We just gotta wait.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Is that really just a cat? A stuffed cat? What is wrong with this man? Making sure I didn't accidentally see something, miss something. There's gotta be a way out though. Oh yeah, right there. Duh. I was looking at it the first time.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Now we're going to go to the baby room. Are they going to show us how this one passed too? Because, like, that's a little morbid. Just saying. I don't have a problem with it. It's a little morbid. Divorce contract. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
Alright, come back to life. Yeah. Whee.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. lost in his imagination.
Yeah. This kid's got quite the imagination, I will agree. This is awesome.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worry about a baby being too happy. But I can feel her slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
What? What's going on?
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
So Gregory's wrong. Nice. We want the morbid route, guys.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything. I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want me to be happy too. Good luck, Kay.
Wow.
Love, Sam.
Wow. All because of a phone call. All because of a phone call. Kid drowned.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Alright.
Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Noise.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Set of words, guys.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Woo! Impaled by the shit.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Wow.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
So Gus died from a kite situation. That's what I mean by this game. It's just creepy. Like, I wonder if my mom is Dawn. Who knows? Because I don't even. It's a good possibility. She died in 2016.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Okay, so we're gonna go.
At the time,
we're gonna go visit
it was
Mom
as
now.
far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Okay. So Sanjay is my father, and he's dead too. We saw his grave.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Alright, so that just takes us back down. And away we go back up. Guess we gotta go through the window. I was just trying to see if we could actually see a Dawn story. So that we could get Dawn drawn up. So Dawn is her mom. I was asking the question at the right time.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Okay. Lewis. 1988. So it's like maybe Lewis, Milton, and me are brothers and sisters? Who knows? Just a guess. Can't go that way.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Okay, Dawn.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
We got mint, we got thyme, we got sage, we got basil.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
And that door's
And
just
for a
unlocked.
while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
Anything in here? Anything at all? Just a room I'm passing through? Just a room I'm passing through? Alright. I guess.
The beginning of the end was Milton's
It's
10th
getting windy.
birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Huh. 'Cause, 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 We're going in. Alright, so we got some footprints. Yellow footprints. Looks like he was a good artist, though. Want to figure out how he passed?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Noise. What was that one book I grew up with? The Kid with the Purple Crayon. Does anybody remember the name of that book? Remember the name of that story? Is that where the wild things are? Just wondering. Oh yeah, I already picked it up. Am I supposed to flip it over, maybe? There's not much making sense here. Okay. It's like we're watching him make a paint. Oh, nice. I like how he did that. That was cool. That would take so much time to do, though. Painting the door. He walked in the door. He shut the door. There's nothing. He disappeared through one of his paintings, according to him.
I was 4 when Milton
Yeah, I'm
disappeared.
telling you guys, we missed something for Edie. Like, I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out how to get back in that house. That's fun.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Okay. It's a nice view from here. I'd say that kid was spoiled. And I don't think we're going the right way because it's not continuing the storyline. I'm missing something, guys. Was there like a window up there that I was supposed to open? Maybe look out that window that looks like it's broken? I don't know. I'm just... Try again. There's got to be something else that I'm not seeing. It could be in the floorboards. Or it could be the painting. Wouldn't that be weird? look confused. About, like, what's going on? Okay, staircases. Alright.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Right on. Let's go check out Lewis's little bedroom setup. It's like a little yacht.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Red hot. Lacquer contents. Edith Finch.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
Good.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that had not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Yay! We won it!
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh, shit.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
I will say I am getting tired, guys. So after we figure out what happened to this man...
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
There you go.
Began to forget the world we know.
What do you guys, what are you thinking of the game so far, man?
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Oh boy. Here we go. They put somebody under the conveyor belt.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Huh. Interesting. Let's continue on the journey,
On the way
shall we?
back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Edith. Maybe Edith's stuff was out here.
But it had to end one way or another.
Oh, this is me.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Grandma didn't want to leave.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
I rushed that. Sorry, guys.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is a...
Give me one more second, guys. I think we're getting the story of Edie.
About what happened on the night you were born. That...
One more second. I'm back. Sorry, guys. The one thing I can say is this game has been real interesting so far.
Night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Okay.
But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Okay. We got deer.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Wow.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh boy.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
This better not make me cry.
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive.
The last one, huh?
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
Uh-oh. We're
But now I hope you'll never
coming
see
out.
it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Uh-oh. You're reading
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
February 14th, 1999 to January 18th, 2017. Kids leaving flowers still around the grave at the old Finch house. Nice. I was dedicated for somebody. Shirley Dallas, 1948 to 2013. Maybe a few more others? Ian Dallas, creative director. Nope, that's just gonna give us the credits. We got through the game, guys. It's a quick, easy, fast one. But what a story. What a story. I still feel like we missed part of Edie's story. So keep your guys' eyes out. I'm gonna probably go through this again on another date. Get in Edie's room, and maybe I'll just make a quick little video for you guys and have it titled something like the missed Edie story for like her growing up, because she never drew her grandma into the book. Edith, the one that obviously also passed. Looks like she probably passed giving birth to the son of her. And my next, what I would really like to see this company actually do for this game is, so Edith put down in her story that she was the last Finch alive. She was the only Finch left until she knew she was pregnant. So with her knowing that she was pregnant, and we literally watched her son put flowers down on her grave, I'd like to see another story come out. Maybe one for the child. Like, I don't know, maybe give a good backstory to the child growing up without his mom. Because who knows if dad is even around, for one. So I think they should continue the story to maybe do a final chapter of the Finches, because there's still one left. There's one left. Let me know what you guys think, please, and we can discuss this. This was a good story. I'd really just like to see them do another one, because they left it open. You know what I mean? They left it open with having a kid still alive. There's still a person with Finch blood in them alive. I think they need to go through that. Oh, sorry, I'm tired. The Edith Finch team. 2012 to 2017. The end. Oh, we got Edie in there now too. All right. The replay a story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Okay. Well, it looks like we can still go back through to play it again. I don't see a point right now. I don't even know if there is a point. But this was a really good storyline. This was a really good game. Let me know if you agree with me about them making a second part of this, because there's still technically a Finch alive. So until the next stream, guys, Anthill 300 is out. You guys have a great night. You guys have a great week, whatever it might be. I'm not entirely too sure when I'm going to do another stream right now. But until then, Anthill 300 says, see ya.